Welcome to WKMM News Station, Channel 95.
Tonight we will be covering a controversial topic, the decline of the Plain Indians. Certain actions have been taken by the United States government that have greatly impacted Native Americans. Is this a case of Americanization, as the government calls it, or is it a cultural genocide? You decide.
The first discussion tonight will be about boarding schools. Recruiters are taking Native American children away from their families against their own will. These schools take children, isolate them, and change them to be more American-like.
Upon arriving at these boarding schools, the children usually speak no English. They attend a welcoming ceremony where they are stripped of their culture. Their traditional clothing and their sacred medicine bags are taken from them. Their hair is cut and their belongings are burnt.
These children only receive a 7th grade education. After this, the boys will learn a trade and the girls will learn domestic skills. They have no summer vacation. Instead, they have to work and pay the community.
There are very strict rules at these boarding schools. They are not allowed to speak in their native tongue, and they have uniforms.
After graduation, they are allowed to return back to their reservations. However, they are culturally alienated and cannot use their skills for their own job. Sadly, suicide rates are extremely high for these individuals.
We have a student here tonight from one of these boarding schools. Girl of the Plains, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for joining us. First of all, tell us about your tribe.
I'm a member of the Sioux tribe from Nebraska. My family has lived there for many generations. We grew up there with our own unique ways.
At what age were you taken from your home?
I was taken from my home at the age of 8 years old.
I noticed you speak English very well. Did you speak English originally?
No, I spoke a native language until I was taken to the school. They forced me to learn English there. I cannot even remember my native language at all because we were never allowed to speak what I spoke.
Where is your family? Have you had any contact with them since they were taken?
No, I have not had any contact with them. They're at the reservation studying. I am the only child and they do not speak English. I do not know how I will speak to them once I return. I will have to learn my native language over again. I have not seen or heard from them over 8 years.
I hope we can help you reunite with your family. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Caramel apple suckers, they're good for every meal. Eat them, eat them, eat them, they're like apples without the peel.
Caramel apple suckers are delicious. It's like the caramel and then the apple, you got the sweet and you got the sour, plus they give you tons of energy.
Caramel apple suckers, they're good for every meal. Eat them, eat them, eat them, they're like apples without the peel.
And now, our next discussion of the night, missionary versus tribes. Missionaries have also made a huge impact on Native American lifestyles. Many missionaries believe they should end all traditional religions.
These missionaries are forcing Native Americans to go to a church they do not worship. They are also targeting medicine men, who are much like a priest in a tribe. They are held in very high esteem in Native American society.
Some of the medicine men have even been sent to prison and absolutely no justification. These missionaries have caused the outlawing of a tradition of many Native American tribes. They also made their own ceremonies and healing illegal. With us today, we have one of these missionary men, Father Ray Smith. Welcome.
Thank you. I finally get to have my opinion heard about those darned Indians.
Why don't you tell us what you do for a living?
I preach and spread God's word, the real God, not some make-believe crazy thing that those Indians talk about. Those oddball Indians don't know the first thing about real religion. It's my job to tell them how it is.
Please settle down, sir. We're only having this discussion. Why is it you do what you do?
They don't have any right to be praying to some lunatic in the sky. Our God is who they ought to be worshiping. They complain that we ain't fair to them and pity the poor them. Well, if they'd just follow our religion, then everything would be all right.
Thank you for your time and your opinion.
No problem.
Now for our final discussion on this topic, horses. The Sioux tribe has always been well known for their great number of horses. The large number of the animal gave the Sioux their ease of mobility. The United States government did not like this.
The government forced the Sioux to give up the majority of their horses. The army confiscated them as if they were illegal materials. Then they sold them to the government for profit, not even paying the Sioux their debts.
If a horse could not be sold, they were killed rather than letting the Sioux keep the horse. This action was a large cause of the Plains tribe's economic collapse and the social downfall.
You've heard the facts. Is this a case of Americanization, or as the United States government claims, or is it cultural genocide? You decide.
And now for the weather. Tomorrow's forecast is sunny with a high of 82 degrees. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you for watching WKMN News Station, Channel 95.